Not to fear, we have a solution. A show where you can learn the art of dispute. Filmed under the glorious technicolor of rainbows and rifles, with a cast of teddy bears armed with switchblades. Where both the opinions and the adult beverages are strong. Tune in, turn on, and comment your giddy hearts out. We're going live in
3, 2, 1, action!
All right, welcome to The Art of Dispute, the only show where you can be friended and offended all in the same doggone hour, because that's how we roll. You know, we got a problem, Chris, right? We got a problem.
We have a 0 to Nazi effect. And you know it, you've been out, you've expressed your opinion, and before you know it, someone blew up on you, they're outside looking to burn your car down, and...
You want to fight? You want to fight?
They want to
We'll
fight.
fight, yeah.
Bring it
Someone
on,
said
girl.
you're arguing.
Church is good, huh? we could go back and forth for hours like that, but with our show, we are here to help save America one civil conversation.
That's right. We pour a great glass of wine, bring in the great company, hit them with a hard topic, and the guests never know what they're going to talk about before they arrive. It gets real, and we keep...
No, and when they say this,
Not to fear, we have a solution. A show where you can learn the art of dispute. Filmed under the glorious technicolor of rainbows and rifles, with a cast of teddy bears armed with switchblades. Where both the opinions and the adult beverages are strong. Tune in, turn on, and comment your giddy hearts out. We're going live in
3, 2, 1, action!
All right, welcome to The Art of Dispute, the only show where you can be friended and offended all in the same doggone hour, because that's how we roll. You know, we got a problem, Chris, right? We got a problem.
We have a 0 to Nazi effect. And you know it, you've been out, you've expressed your opinion, and before you know it, someone blew up on you, they're outside looking to burn your car down, and...
You want to fight? You want to fight?
They want to
we'll
fight.
fight, yeah.
Bring it
Someone
on,
said you're
girl.
arguing.
Church is good, huh? we could go back and forth for hours like that, but with our show, we are here to help save America one civil conversation.
That's right. We pour a great glass of wine, bring in the great company, hit them with a hard topic, and the guests never know what they're going to talk about before they arrive. It gets real, and we keep...
No, and when they say this, we really have no idea. Like the
Oh, that's for real. That's for real.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't
for
know.
real.
No, it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
They think it's hard. We do it every week.
That's right. Well, we got a fun topic lined up for you guys today, and we're going to be talking about, you've experienced it, you've been at the movie theater, the dinner table, at a restaurant, church, whatever, and you've got the parents with the baby that just won't stop, and the parents are totally cool with it. They're like, no big deal, this is another day at the park,
And then on top of that, we're going to talk about should we be able to spank them.
Right?
Yes.
So we kind of combined two topics today.
Right. So, should...
Not spank the baby, but spank children. And,
Spank me, baby.
we're not here to talk about whether you should spank a baby when they're crying. Babies cry.
Oh, wow. So just...
Woo! Spank the baby. Hashtag
Spank the baby. For all your parents looking out there, we should spank the baby when he cries.
So, should those parents be politely exited from church, whatever? And, you know, I'm not saying throw them out, but maybe, you know, find them a room or whatever, that kind of thing.
Cry
to where
room,
the
I think it's
cry room, that kind of thing, and
Hey,
whatever.
Choir just got the
You know?
It's called a cry room.
Or
Elvis. There's many different artists. Like, I'm a musician. Like, there's many artists that like got their start crying in a church. I'm just saying.
there we go.
Yeah.
So, you know, well, we're going to discuss the options, but before we do that, we want to learn a little bit about our guests and give them the opportunity to give a shameless promotion for whatever they're up to. So, take it away.
So I'm Cherie Salinas. I'm Cherie Salinas 96 on Instagram and Cherie Salinas Fine Art on Facebook. Look me up. Follow me.
I'm Rockstar John. John Turnbow. You can find me on Facebook, Farmers Only, Tinder, everything that you want to go. I've been doing original music since I was 19. I've been doing it for 18 years. You can. I have an album coming out. It was a lot harder than I expected. Like, I expected like this, like sweet, like thank you. I expected to be sweet and smooth, but never. Nothing is ever. But if you throw, I have an album coming out with Cosmic Center Records. I've been doing music for 15 years here in Houston. Throw some love. I'm gonna cut somebody down. Get it.
Monica Branch. I'm your lifestyle expert and real estate agent. When you want to live the lifestyle, you want to live in a certain neighborhood, I can help you out to live that life in the house you want to build a lifestyle in. Call me, Monica Branch. Google me. I branch out. Lifestyle Realtor, IG, 832-230-7911. Always ready for a dispute or civil conversation.
She's listening.
You know, on the subject of the parents,
That's good water.
you're at church, you're at a nice dinner, whatever, and you've got the parents with the little kid who's being noisy and crying, and the parents don't seem to really want to do anything about it. Should they be exited from church? Should they be asked to step outside? Should they be asked to step outside from the movie theater, from the fine dining, the restaurant, you know, that kind of thing?
Anywhere that establishes has the right to do so.
Right. Should that happen? What's your take, Cherie?
Well, I think sometimes if it just carries on, you know, I think a little crying is normal for a child, you know. Sometimes they are autistic and, you know, they have outbursts. That's understandable, no problem. But if it just gets out of hand where other people can't enjoy the service or movie or whatever, then yes, discreetly have someone kindly say, you know, we have a place where you can still enjoy the service. We have speakers, you can go in this private room and enjoy and don't disturb other people.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip it on. So, yeah. When I do music and I go to a show and there's lots of people crying, lots of people, you know, screaming and stuff. And my experience in the church is supposed to be somebody. It's supposed to be an entity that like that embraces everybody, including the single mom that's crying and that has a kid that she doesn't know what to do with. I don't like it. I don't want it. You know, I don't want every show that I do to have somebody screaming and somebody breaking out into a fight and breaking out and do something. But I have to live with it. Like I have to live with it because this is what I asked for. If I go to church and I go for a place of worship and a place that I live for God, then everybody should be involved. Everybody should be involved, including that crying baby.
While we're not just talking about churches, we're also talking about any other public place.
Oh, and any other public place, slap them and get them out of there. Get them out of the way.
Hey, by the way, I'm on the side of people that say don't remove them. This is that, like, it depends situationally. If that's just a bad kid, get him out of here because you know your kid is acting that way. But if you know that it's, you know, it's autism or something that has an issue and you need that word, or wherever you're at movies going out, because some kids are, you know, it's a sensitive thing, so we have to be very sensitive to these kids. When you and our kids, it's different. That's different. We don't have the same societal things and issues that we do today. Like we could be spanked and I ain't gonna say nothing about it. You ain't gonna say something about it. That's one of the movies acting bad. But if it's like a sensory issue, When does CPS happen?
Yeah, when did that happen?
If it's a
There was no
if it's a
CPS when I was a
sensory
kid.
issue, it's different. So everything is subjective. So right now, for me right now, what we're saying on this topic is, man, kids first. Let's figure out what's going on.
I grew up hating church. I grew up hating church. Okay, I grew up hating it when I was a kid because I was wild. I was insane, and I knew my dad would. Yeah, I knew my dad would. Yeah, right. I came.
What is this shocking news that I'm hearing?
I think you're the first person to pull out a flask.
You wouldn't believe it. But as soon as the music started moving, I was like,
This
like, you know.
This was brought to you by the maker of Jose Cuervo.
Don't blame Jose.
Thank you, Jose.
But I was always in trouble, and I hated the environment of being like a kid. Half the kids are insane, all right? We're all sitting there like this, waiting because we don't want to get busted, or we don't want to get mad. You know, so we hate church. We walk out and we end up in teens, you know. And then everybody ends up like walking away from church and getting away from it. Church should be a place where everybody should come and everything about it should be worship. From the sexuality to like everything should be. Church should be a place where we should go and like relate to, and like a place that we can
Some type of convention where you're hearing somebody speak, even in church to me, because
people don't go pay.
what if I'm there to hear a sermon that day?
Chris, people
and
don't
I'm
pay
sitting
to go
next
to
a
church.
child who is just disruptive, and I cannot even hear the sermon.
Okay.
My whole Sunday, I came to church to listen, to learn, and my whole Sunday was therefore ruined because all I could hear was wham.
The whole time you're thinking somebody should whip that kid's ass.
I do.
I'm having to repent the whole time because I'm like, I gotta beat this kid.
I do think
I gotta.
Ooh, dang! They're bringing the heat. It's getting so hot. I wonder what they're gonna say. Stick around. Let's find out.
Phil and Derek's Restaurant and Jazz Bar, located in the midst of bustling Midtown in Houston. You'll find a laid-back atmosphere and an ambiance reminiscent of the comfort of your own living room, coupled with the flair, pizzazz, and glitz of live New York-style cabaret entertainment 7 nights a week. Phil and Derek's is not only the ideal restaurant with a great long-standing wine selection, but also with a full bar as well. Phil and Derek's stock and knowledge of wines from France, Spain, Argentina, and more, just to name a few, are the envy of wine connoisseurs far and wide. Phil and Derek's Sunday Brunch was voted best morning after brunch for 3 consecutive years. Come indulge in the ample buffet of omelets, meats, various salads, $3 mimosa carafes, and much, much more. Enjoy delicious foods from the kitchen until midnight. We're equipped with large dining areas, ideal for groups up to 20 in size, whether business or pleasure. Come see all that Phil and Derek's has to offer.
I do think that if you're providing a service to it as a whole to a community of a live audience, you need to cater to children, and there needs to be a room where you can either hear them without them hearing you. Even with the movie theater, so you can see on a smaller screen, you can take your child to a different area, and you're not missing, but you're not really getting the full experience, just like if it was vice versa. I wasn't getting the full experience.
I have a church in Beaumont. Hey, I have a church in Beaumont, Assumption Church, what up? But we also had that front of our church where all the congregation is there, but we also had that prayer box where it was soundproof. And if you had a kid that needed to scream loud like a baby, you can't control babies. Like forget issues. Forget issues of social issues and autism. Forget that stuff. Just normal crying babies. Like they have a crybaby room, and you can still hear the baby, by the way.
Yeah, but you know when that mom.
The choir was above us, so we still hear men coming.
You know when that mom took that baby out, like that mom's like her focus of what was going on.
No,
and I'm gonna take it away from churches, okay? Mm-hmm. If you're in a movie theater and a kid's screaming, get the kid the out of there.
I knew you were gonna grab one.
F-bomb.
You know I was gonna do one.
F-bomb right here.
This F-bomb is brought to you by John Turnbow.
Yes.
Remove the child. Remove the child.
As he was saying.
You know, like, okay, remove the child from that. If you're in a situation where the integrity, and I'm an artist, the integrity of what I'm doing is vague. That's different. Take a kid out and let do what I am. But I just have this weird feeling about church. I have this weird feeling about church. Like, to me, is like, church is not what it should be. It's not what it could have been. But church should be.
Well, you know, I mean, I really know where you're coming from, and I'm used to the same thing. And I'm very active in church. I serve in church. I lead music at our church. And from a...
What if you had a girl, what if you had a woman that had a screaming child all the time, and she felt awkward everywhere she went?
So there's responsible ways to handle it, right? Because most parents aren't just standing there in that situation oblivious to the child.
No, they're
like,
not.
oh, I didn't notice my kid was screaming. You know, so you can go over to them as a parent and say, hey, I will be happy to hold the baby, and
But you know,
you guys stay here and enjoy
but Joe,
it.
you know that you can't walk up to a parent with a screaming child. They're already on high alert. They're already 9.
Sure, no, so if they're regular members, that makes it easier,
Yeah.
right? But if they're brand new, it's tough. I mean, it's a tough situation, right? And so it just gets really awkward for people in that situation of what do you do? I can tell you, like, from Chris's standpoint, and even from leading music, as far as leading people and bringing in the presence of God and all that sort of thing, and just really getting people in the mode of worship and praise. You talk about kill a
Vibe.
It's a screaming baby.
Absolutely.
Well,
and even a person acting kind of nutty can throw it off. I've had people just like
tongues whipped out.
and everything that I say is like it's on what I'm pushing towards. I know, like, a manners make men. That's everything that I've.
Yep.
You do not take away from somebody's like time. I'm not somebody that would say, like, keep a screaming kid in the middle of when I know there's a lot of factors. There's a praise and worship team. There's the people that are preaching. I'm not saying I'm pushing more towards the side of what could be. Like, if we had that, like, it's only the church side of things. If it comes to the movie, get that kid out of here. If it comes to
But it's one of those quiet places, but it's those quiet places where we want to bring our children.
do we want to make a church to where we kick people out for screaming?
Movie and church is you paid for it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Well, you actually
A
pay for
difference
church.
in that-
If you tithe 10%.
yeah, but you're not paying for the performance.
But you don't tithe for the people that be here at our church.
You didn't know what performance we were going to get.
But love, I gotta tell you,
It's not
you don't pay to get in the church. Church is supposed to be it's open, welcome for all.
Quiet.
It's supposed to be
I've
welcome
been
for
waiting
all.
for them to like have a
And,
pause.
like, and everybody's sitting there. I have 11 and a 10-year-old. Okay, and I love them to death. And I'm a good father, and I try to be. And I watch them, and I don't want to see no crying baby in the front, But I'm kind of a stranger to church, and I find I grew up in the church, but like I'm finding my way back into it, and I can't say I can't say with an open arm. I don't know how to do it, but you shouldn't be able to kick people out of church. If it's a baby screaming like feed me, like, yeah, take that baby out of it. Like, take it out. If it's a kid.
I left it close this time.
If it's a kid disrupting it, like disrupting and being low, where do you go from a baby crying to a kid being disruptive, to a teenager like twitching to get out of it?
I think a teenager's an obvious one. I just think
You're gonna have
if
that.
you're a semi-adult.
Cherie.
That's what I cannot stand is when you're watching a movie and people are blabbing their mouths. You're like, hello, there's courtesy here.
We're in a movie.
Quiet.
Yeah, we don't.
I mean, that's
Shut up. Don't be that girl. Don't be that.
like,
Straight up.
You gotta have manners. We're watching a movie. We're not talking. It's time to be quiet. And same thing with church. Regardless if you're paying or not, you need to be quiet and be respectful of the people around you.
Straight up
Pay
at
attention
an
and be
award
present.
ceremony recently.
I just switched. I just.
And during the middle of the award ceremony,
You're
when
right.
someone is speaking on the microphone at an award ceremony, somebody took a phone call in the middle of the event. Didn't leave, stayed there sitting at their table,
Are you
just talking
kidding?
away.
No.
And
You should have called them out. You should have.
Everybody in the place was like, whoa.
Have you seen the theaters? I forget. I saw it online or something, but they have quiet ninjas in movie theaters.
Oh, really?
And it's a volunteer experience. They suit up in all black, whatever suit, you know, like the
Ninja attire.
Yeah, ninja attire. And if you just start talking, they come up and put their hand on your mouth.
That's funny.
And so they just sneak up behind you.
I love it.
Hey, Houston, we're about to start
There's
that
a little-
Ninja Society.
Another just a more
That could work out bad at some point.
Well, in Houston,
it's a creative
Yes,
response.
yes,
yes.
There are other ways we can.
how about the place you know that may be a thing? You're like, hey, we may quietly ninja you. So like,
Yeah, oh
don't
no, it's a
punch our
thing.
guy
Yeah,
in the
please
face.
don't. Please don't kill our
Somebody?
ninja.
Quietly.
Right.
I'm a ninja.
Wow.
I'm a ninja. You don't know it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I would hide that for kids. If kids had a quiet ninja, they wouldn't be crying during church. They know the ninja
That's
was
what we're
there.
saying. Like everybody.
The cone of silence.
Yeah, the thing up front is actually walled off.
My boys act crazy, which they're always crazy. So I have to have that like I'll take them aside. As an adult, when I get too crazy, Joe, you take me aside and say, "Hey, John, you're being too crazy." If I'm at a job and I'm working, you know, if I'm in a venue and like I'm rocking, I have adults tell me, you know, we look out for each other. Kids they're our little us's, you know, whether we realize it or not. You know, we look at them as kids, but they are little us's. They take everything that we have coming in, and they do it better. Like they do it better, and then they walk in.
Well, they don't do what you say; they do what you do.
Oh, yeah.
No, they don't. I would be inclined to disagree. Yeah, if kids do what we do, then we would never have a new world. Kids do. We change things all the time.
I'm saying early ages. Early age kids, they do exactly what they see.
My kid runs in like a rhino, and he says he's a rhino. He says he was cool, and I told him to put me a rhino. And he was like, "Really? I'm still a rhino." He doesn't care. Like that's the
Sounds
great.
like your kid.
That was did sound like your child.
I'm saying
That just sounds like your child.
we lay the tracks for what kids follow, and like, and when I say like when you go into a show, go into a movie, and a kid's crying, if you don't take him out of the stage and he doesn't realize that, like, if you don't take him out of the auditorium, he's gonna go and he's gonna be 16, 17 years old. He's gonna be yelling just as a big baby. And someone's gonna knock him out.
Yeah.
And you teach that.
Somebody like
through-
Joe, I think.
I call it. You teach your kids what's
But that's what we're saying. When it becomes in those environments, it may not be up to you and your child. It may
It's always up to me and my job.
It's not, because that child.
I don't even remember. So, what
It was removing a child
Yeah.
from a public
You were a Buddha.
place.
Boot them out.
So
Yeah.
at church,
Yeah.
at church.
Not at church.
Yes. In a nice way. You know, there's a way you can do it.
There's no nice way to boot a kid out of church.
But let's bring it back to Miss Cherie.
yeah,
You
that's
like to spank a kid.
We're gonna save this for the second segment.
Okay,
We'll
save
the
it.
second segment.
Miss Cherie
Which-
has so much to say on that. That's why she's so quiet.
Yeah.
I love you already. Okay, good. How do you spank a kid for crying during church?
You spank them outside.
You
Well, she does. I don't know what she do, but
you know,
she spanks them.
I feel like the whole reason I don't want to go to church is because I was spanked when I was a kid for doing it.
We'll talk to your mother later. It's her birthday. Happy birthday. By the way, thank you for making
Oh,
him. But you
man.
should have spanked him way more.
So you're a politely exit them,
Yes.
right? You're a let them cry.
I'm not gonna let him cry. I'm into making a situation to where, you know what? I changed. Put him out. Put him out.
Wow. I love how they vote something else and like, hey, you know what? I changed
Put him
my
out.
mind. I've had
Put him out.
one.
No, they don't be crying during church.
Some shots on there.
I'm out.
Juice.
Put him.
Monica, you still are you?
Kids don't need to be crying in church. That's what hell's for.
We almost said a brain.
It went dark. It went dark.
We're gonna have to redo that later because I didn't hear that. I was just thinking about the topic, and the topic is, I think situationally we do not remove children because we don't want to make them feel weird or awkward.
The parents, though.
Yeah.
You know what?
Let 'em-
The parents should know. That's a parent's deal, but we have.
Can I
think
retract
about
something?
you got a young couple.
You
They're
can't retract
crying.
anything.
Please.
You can make a.
You
I
can't
want to say
retract anything.
some of the best vocal artists of our time were made from kids crying in shirts. Elvis, everybody got started. They were kids crying in shirts. They just learned to do it on pitch. So get over it. I was
That
crying.
was done, dude. That was I was like, literally, that was.
Let him cry. Let him cry.
He's flipped back now.
Oh, that's the best.
That's beautiful.
This is
Well, we do have to take a break.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year! Yes,
Yeah,
we're gonna be right back. We gotta have a word from one of our sponsors. So you guys make sure to stick around because it's only gonna be a short break, and we'll be right back.
Let him cry, please.
Do you suffer from chronic back pain? There is a solution to the suffering. The Body Mechanics, an orthopedic and medical massage focused practice that specializes in helping clients work through and overcome musculoskeletal injuries and chronic pain. By applying our science-based concepts through the art of massage therapy techniques, we can help you eliminate that pain. At the Body Mechanics, we take it as our responsibility to provide our clients with the highest level of care. We take time to get to know you, your history, and your obstacles, and most importantly, your wellness goals. We help you meet your goals through skillfully applied advanced massage therapy techniques and recommending self-care routines to improve overall well-being. Come in today and let the Body Mechanics apply our years of training and expertise to soothe away your aches. Mention this ad and receive our functional movement assessment for free, a $35 savings.
All right, welcome back to the Art of Dispute. Woo. We're having a good time. Good time up in. Oh, y'all have no idea. Y'all
So
have
many words.
no idea
So
what
many
is happening on the break. See, they hit all their drinks. They hit all their drinks.
Well, they drank them all and then I got new ones.
Yeah.
Drink them again.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah. We've been doing by we I mean they. We've been doing shots. There are flashes going around. I mean, it's a crazy show.
It's good talk.
It's a crazy show behind the scenes today. So, first segment, we're doing a blend. We're doing a mashup of topics today because they went together, and these were actually two separate topics, but the guests voted number 1 and number 2 on these. And then as we were kind of discussing it before the show, getting a feel for it, we realized they kind of go together. So.
That's a mashup.
It's a mashup.
It's a mashup.
Yeah, bringing people together right here. Bringing people together. So the first segment of the show, we were discussing, that noisy kid, church, whatever, parents not doing anything about it. And, do you exit that family from the church or from the movie theater, dinner place, that kind of thing? And we got some pretty, interesting back and forth on that. So now we're going to kind of, next step up from there is, as a parent, do you spank the kid? So, yeah, let's say, rather than a baby in the church situation, you got that 3-year-old. And 3-year-old has decided he wants to see how quickly he can run down the row of chairs.
Hitting every back head that he could, or whatever, back of the legs, whatever else.
Right. As he's running down the row of chairs, and then he's trying to get a high five from the row behind as he goes back. It's like, well, it was awesome, right? It was awesome.
Why do you gotta talk about
So,
For the record, I got the high five.
Yeah.
You got the high five. All right.
So
So
you know when that kid looks back at you, like, what do you think about what I just did? You're like, yeah, a spanking is in order.
this is the question.
Yeah.
So you're those parents. Everybody in the church has, done the, that little side-eyed look, like, you are that parent. You are that parent, right? And you're like,
That's
I'm
your
gonna,
child. What you gonna do?
right. It's your child. What you gonna do?
The whole congregation.
Bad child, bad child. What you gonna do? Yeah, a little old school Houston here, right?
For real, what
Tonight
do
on
you do
Child.
here, bad child? Tonight on child.
Child is innocent until proven guilty in the court.
Or until the age of 18.
All children shown on this show are innocent until beaten with a stick.
Until they're shown on cheaters.
It's called a rod.
Yes,
Spare the rod.
spare the rod. All right, so what do you guys do? You're that parent. You got the kid. You've been exited from church.
I'm not gonna spank the kid. I know that some people say, what is it? Spare the rod.
Yep, spare the rod,
I'm
spoil the
not gonna
child.
spare the rod. Like in today's society, people don't know when to just give a little spanky. Now it's just like rage. So like if you people feel like you should just spank your kid because they're acting bad, cool. But for me and my child, I'm not gonna spank them when I talk to them. I'm gonna communicate before I just spank that booty.
All right, John.
I think a spank, it's ridiculous, okay? And you go on a sense of like, are you really gonna spank your kid enough to where it like shakes it? I spank my kids. I have two beautiful boys I love, and I've spanked them on my hand 5 times. You're not going to get in the sense to where like you have to beat your kid, like beat them. You could talk to your kid to the point that you could spank them. I'm not against spanking.
The 3-year-old's it's about fear, right? The 3-year-old, you're not hitting him hard enough.
Okay.
Right? It's a fear thing.
But if a kid has no fear of a parent beating their ass, and I'm not this, like then you have kids.
I don't get
You have children, and like my biggest thing when we're coming home, when I did wrong, which I did a lot of wrong, like was I'm gonna tell your dad, and my dad never beat me. He never beat me, but he always the whole stance alone was, I'm gonna tell your dad, and I got to sit, and I don't throw that out a lot. My kids know, I'm not gonna beat you. I'm not here to like tighten, come down and like beat you.
Off the turnbow.
But I will kick your ass. I'm like doing some shit. I will kick your ass.
I put it away.
Too early.
This Is Mom is brought to you by John Turnbow. Again, Rockstar.
And I think that home, if you don't have that, then kids get out of control. You see these days, and I've watched it. I've watched like parents have their kids at the mall and stuff, and their kids are like very like aggressive, like yanking on stuff and like being crazy. And then like a lot of us sit at home and we're like,
Stealing things?
That would never happen back in the day. That never happened back in the day because you didn't do it back in the day because you knew, regardless of what kind of talk you had with your parents. And you knew what would happen.
I was at a client's home, me and this other girl, and this little boy came home, 7 years old. I want to go play with my friends. And then he throws a picture down. The parents are like, no, you can't go with your friends. You have to have a play date. And then all of a sudden the kid knocks on the door. Can Carl come over for a play date? And the parents are like, yeah, sure, go ahead, get your shoes. And we're like, okay, so that behavior is rewarded. And had they spanked the kid, it would have been totally different. And then here you have this the making of a serial killer.
Oh, what? What?
There's no recourse to the action.
Yeah. You have to stick to your guns.
If you think that at one point that like your kids are scared of you. You're wrong. Kids are growing. They're ever present. They're ever.
Depends on the
They're
age,
smart.
and that's kind of where I was going to go with.
They're not.
The 3-year-old, I believe the spanking is all fear. I don't believe that you even actually have to hit the child to get the point across.
I could call my kids.
But at 8 years old, yeah, you had to hit me. I mean, and you had to hit me a little harder than you had to hit me the year before.
Yeah,
You know?
And it wasn't even about how hard to hit you. It wasn't about
I had to go start picking
It's scary. It's scary to have dad come and say, "Hey."
You gotta have that fear factor in there.
Or mom. Like I grew up with my mom. Was so sweet. You know.
Belts.
Oh God, the picking a switch
I
thing.
picked switches.
Like, wow.
My dad brought out the belts.
I
all
don't think
stuff.
that it should be.
When the hand didn't hurt anymore, he didn't scare me.
No.
And then I did whatever I wanted until he brought out the belt.
But it did. Yeah.
You know?
Until he brought out the belt.
And then the belt didn't
I
work.
watched.
And then
My dad was like a ninja with the belt, man. I'm telling you. It could go from buckle to in his hand like a whip in one move.
Well, my
It
dad
was like,
tells me.
how did you do that?
I've had the luxury of watching my kids grow up, and I got 10
enjoyed
straight
the
days
belt.
with my boys. And I watched how my dad was. What I grew up with, I watched how my dad was with with his grandkids. Had them for 10 straight days, and they did some crazy shit. Like they came in like he was lighting some stuff on fire that shouldn't be lighting. It was fireworks season, you know.
Oh, okay, fireworks.
You know, but like they were doing some stuff, and I was like, Dad, you never did that with us. Like it was always like a scary like.
I kind of want to bring it back.
I can't tell you when your dad comes home. You know, he was always sweet with it. But like the thing is there's a fear that comes with the spanking, and the spanking is not never.
It's a healthy fear.
It's a healthy fear. It's a healthy fear.
The healthy fear is just the fear of life.
I never fear getting spanked. I feared the hour and a half that I had to wait for my dad to come home.
Picking the switch was the worst part of the spanking. I mean, do I bring him back a little one? He sends me back out here. Do I bring him back the big bad boy and take it?
Dad always came.
I will tell you straight up. One time, my mom would do the switch thing. She would go get a switch.
My mom was whatever was in her hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal spoon, it don't matter.
And I no joke, I came back with a log, like this big.
Oh, that's such a good move.
Big limb, right? I came back with this big limb,
That's huge.
and I go, I've been really bad. And
They lost it.
Right? No, she did not find it remotely funny.
Oh, God.
It did not
use
sell. It was a tough crowd.
Did you see
Let me put it into a little more
No, I just made me go get a switch.
My father tells me about when he was a kid, and he had 6 or 7 brothers, I think it's 6, 5 total actually, but he's the youngest. So my grandpa would mandatory belt whippings every time he came home, no matter what was going on.
What?
He knew they did something bad.
Wow.
Oh, that's a little psycho.
So
That's a little psycho.
But to bring
And now
a
you
little
paint
more
beautiful
perspective,
pictures.
there was 4 boys and they were doing stupid shit. But and it's just small town America, and like they ran the town of they were running wild, the little kids, right? So to my dad, you know, when I deserved it, I deserved it. And I completely agree with that, even to this day.
So
I
are you
think it's great.
all guys all for spanking? You're not.
I said no. I said
You're not.
not in
I'd like to
today's
hear more about
society. No, I'm not in for the spanking. When you and us were we being raised, yes, we needed that rod. We
What
needed
changed?
that.
Dude! Good question, bro.
Oh man, it's getting good.
I wonder what they're gonna say.
Not in
I'd like to
today's
hear more about that.
society. No, I'm not in for the spanking. When you and us were we being raised, yes, we needed that rod. We
What
needed
changed?
that. the society changed because you can't touch anybody like this. Like, hey, you just harassed me. So you have to be very specific now. And some other children have issues. So you have it's specific per subject.
Regardless of what's
per subject.
You grew up with that, and you grew to be a great person, right?
Stop it.
Like,
I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose the action, cause and action, you know?
What do you think has changed? The only thing that's changed in our dynamic is we're not involved in any world wars. We're not like fighting.
We are in a world.
We're not.
We are in a
We're
world.
not. No, we're not to the point to where people are like, we're in a great time to be living. Like, we're in a great time to be living.
We are not in a great time to be living.
We are in a
If
great.
you are who you are,
Yeah.
it is a great time.
Oh, yes.
But for other people, it's not a great time right now.
You need to take it back to 1940. Like,
Oh God, 1940 was especially bad for certain people.
especially that. Well, not just for, not for just certain people. It was bad. It was bad.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. So when we bring it back home to here, when we're talking about our children, like right now, today's day, no, we do not need to spank because our kids, we can't spank kids today because they're like, get off me! I will tweet CPS right now, and they think that's something to say to them.
So overloaded
Yes,
with work.
but they think that's something to say to them. That's why we have to communicate with our children and not just spank them.
Yeah, well, you communicate.
We
I'm
took
going to bring
spanking.
this. Actually, this is a
communicate.
really cool question. Okay, so with
Kids
CPS
will-
involved, APS, are older generations losing mental fortitude, and they're doing things like children. Do we bring spanking back?
No!
What?
I'm just saying because
Just said,
with-
what?
With
Revenge.
logic, right? I'm thinking I would
say-
call APS.
I can say it. I can talk to my boys.
I love it.
When I go, I can say it. I
love
can talk with my boys
that.
all day long.
I'm just saying.
And I never have to deal with that.
But then, I'd spank my kids though. They didn't.
But they know.
But there's
They
no,
know.
I guess the
That-
difference
that's
would
something
be
that I can
they're
throw
not
at
going to learn.
Thank you. But
Because
that's what
they're
I'm saying.
digressing.
Thank you. But that's
Right?
society. Like
Yeah.
kids today are like,
That's
do
the
not
difference.
touch or try to spank me, or I'm calling CPS. And we're like, call CPS, sucker, because you don't know what hell you're going to. That's not as good as.
I never had that line tried on me by my kids, but I was like, you know, if
We
that
didn't know
line,
CPS was a
if
thing,
that
though.
line ever came up for me, if my kids ever said, "Oh, I'm gonna call CPS," I would, without blinking, I go,
Right.
"How long do you think it's gonna take them to get here?"
Yeah. Yes.
You think they'll still be here?
My thing is, my parents. I grew up in the.
You feeling brave?
I grew up in
Yeah, you feeling brave today? You feeling brave,
I
punk?
grew up.
Yeah.
Feeling lucky,
No,
punk?
I mean, I was very fortunate that with both of my kids, literally both my kids, both of them got a single pop, one time in their life, and from that point on, they knew that was on the table as an option, and they were very
me
very
growing up
small,
to my dad.
very small,
Very
you know?
small.
And my daughter,
17.
from that point on, it was just like I could raise my voice and she would start crying.
But like he just
Yeah.
said, you bowed up
I
to your
get-
dad.
At
Why would you
17?
bow up to
I
your
can
dad?
call-
I
Oh, my
lost heavy.
kids.
I mean, I almost shattered my elbow on the kitchen floor on a wrestling match, and I won't do it again.
He just said he bowed up to
I
his
think
dad. and that
with
was
the
all
question
he needed.
in the matter is
That's what I'm
this:
saying.
should you spank your kids? Right, that's the question, right?
It'd
The
be a fun
answer-
fight for me
the
because
answer was
my son is also a
no.
black belt, so it would turn into a sparring match.
The question was, should you spank your kids?
I've got height and weight on it too. So.
And Joe, today
Life
was
has kicked me in the face a bunch of times,
No.
obviously. But I don't want that for my kids. Our whole goal as parents is to grow a better version of us.
I honestly kind of lean with Monica on this point, right?
And but okay.
Which is I'm a little bit counter
I've got-
to everybody.
I've
And
got-
I'm not anti-spanking, but
I've got to throw this in there.
I'm thinking the pop
Kids
is all I need, and then I
outgrow
move up from there.
parents.
Thank you.
They grow. With what we give them, they grow as better
very
people.
childish.
They grow faster. We watch
My
them.
brother, you don't have to spank him.
You watch
We've
them.
literally got like a
Are you
minute.
kidding me?
No, my brother.
You
if
see- you
if
see
give
little
him this
kids?
look right there, my brother breaks him down to tears.
Have you seen a little?
Look,
Have
we-
you seen? Have
John,
you seen?
We've literally got like 1 minute to wrap up.
Let's give
And-
one
and-
round of
yeah. So
thoughts.
we've got like closing thoughts, 1 minute. So it's got to be quick. So closing thoughts, spanking, Is it a must? Yes or no?
I think spanking is necessary if you do it in the right way. Do not spank with anger. Talk with your child after you spank them about why they got what they got.
I always got the I love you speak.
Yes, I love you.
Yes.
I hate to do this, but it's necessary. And you do it in the right vein, then you're good.
And you have kids?
Yes, I have one son. He's just turned 18 years old. Great kid.
Well, there you go.
Well,
All right, John.
18-year-old gets
I think
spanked.
emotionally, like kids
He has
grow-
not been spanked for years.
emotionally, kids grow up, and if they don't have the fear of their parents, like setting the tone, then they're gonna catch it from other places. And yeah, I agree with spanking. Not to the point where you shouldn't have to spank kids all the time, but somebody's gonna get lost with you. Like, I prefer it by me.
Okay.
Other than
Monica.
Yeah, I say no spank. Like today's society, they're not ready for it because people do it out of anger. We have to communicate. If communication doesn't work, and spanking does, then you need to talk to that child. It's all specific. But I am for no spank
Communication
and
first,
talk
for sure.
first.
I completely agree with that.
All right. Well, there we go. It's been another good show.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes. Flied by.
Glad
if you
bye.
learn
Fly by.
anything, go home and spank your kids.
It flew by. We had a great show. Good conversation. We will be back next week, but we're going to let Rockstar John take us out with another awesome performance. So, Rockstar John, what are you playing? Let us know what it is and where we can find it. And we're out.
All right, so I have an album coming out with Cosmic Contender Records. It's dropping February 14th, Valentine's Day, because I'm a romantic lover, not a fighter. Today I'm going to be doing a song off the album. It's called Hero. It's my mom's birthday. It's her favorite song. Happy birthday, Mom. Don't know where I'd be without you and Dad. How about that? Let's play some music. I see people doing wrong almost every single day. I wish I was there to be strong, but I just don't have strength. Maybe you don't need superpowers to be a Superman. Maybe the ones that we call heroes are just the ones that take a stand. I wanna be a hero. I wanna save the world. Wanna be known. I wanna get the girl. I wanna fly high. I wanna feel no pain. Have strength to fight. People know my name. I wanna be a hero. See, I've been searching for so long, finding purpose in my life, for the strength to stand and be strong, for the courage to do what's right. No, I don't need superpowers to be a Superman. It's time to be a hero. It's time to take a stand. I wanna be a hero. I wanna save the world. Wanna be known. I wanna get the girl. I wanna fly high. I wanna feel no pain. Have the strength to fight. People know my name. I'm Rockstar John. You can find me at rockstarjohn.com, Facebook, Tinder, Farmers Only. You don't have to be lonely, all over the place. I wanna be a hero. Whoa, 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 whoa. I wanna be a hero. Save the day, get the girl, fly away. Look good in my costume and looking good in my cape. I'm super smile, super identity, just because the villains try to find a way to get to me. And we all have our moments. Down with the past, I'm coming in last. I got $1 million songs, but still I got a past. I done nothing wrong, but I'm still where I'm at. Never where I go, people treat me like trash. I'm just a little different and covered in tasks. Bills overdue with the cars out of gas. I'm supposed to be with the cars out of gas. I wanna be a hero. I wanna be a hero. I wanna say the word. I wanna be known. I wanna get the girl. I wanna help the weak. Happy and strong. Will make you believe, just like my mom. Happy birthday. I wanna be a hero. Be a hero. Be a hero. Try to.